Here we are again with another episode of Car Mechanic Simulator 2018 and our first barn find. I don't know what they call this car. What are they calling it? A roulette? so it looks like a Firebird, or kind of like a knockoff Firebird. It's called a roulette. I bought this for about $20,000. We're going to spend today's episode. I think we're going to do a series of episodes where just kind of like we go through the different stages of restoring this car. Obviously, if you look at my stats, I've actually been doing a lot of maintenance work because I thought you guys are getting kind of bored, and I got kind of bored just changing brakes and making videos of that, So here we're going to do a rebuild. So our car value is $22,465 right now. The reason I bought this particular car was global body condition was pretty decent. 78%. The frame was not terrible, and the interior wasn't too bad. A little bit of tweaking here, but most of the issues were going to be underneath, and we're going to do a complete overhaul, and so everything's coming off this car. We'll rebuild it from the ground up. New rims. We'll rebuild the engine completely. All new parts. And suspension and everything is going to get an overhaul. Right now it doesn't start. We had to roll it in. But we're going to start by taking off the skins and everything we can take off around the car. And then out of the inside of the car, we're going to replace what we can replace with if it's in good enough quality, or we'll do anything we can to make it better quality so we can maximize the value when we sell it. So in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to strip down the body and start tearing down the suspension. And then in future episodes, we will continue to work on rebuilding this thing. Unfortunately, I don't have a paint shop. I wish I did. And I was looking in here to see at what point do you get a paint, a paint shop. See, oh man, I got a ways to go. Level 30 before I can get the paint shop. Once here at level 12, well, technically I'm already level 12. I was trying to fill in some of these missing skills. It expands your garage, adds another car lift, warehouse, another parking spot to your garage, which is kind of okay. I guess that's cool. Another thing is I got the expansion that lets me edit my garage, so I'm thinking I might do a video on that at some point here. Might take a stab at some modifications. So let's start by taking apart the stuff we can pull off, the little tidbits we can take off of the body, and then we'll take out the interior and start working on the suspension. That should be easy, right? Let's see. Let's take that. Really don't know what kind of conditions this stuff's all in, but we'll take it all off, see what we can find. Off with the bumper. Okay, so that's not coming off. Whoop. And with the door and the window. There goes the hood. Front left fender. It's pretty gnarly underneath. Oh wait. Let's take off the headlights. There we go. Huh. Take out that. Take off the front bumper. Front right fender. I should be able to take that off, right? I guess not. That's part of the frame. Well, let's gut the car. Let's see. We're gonna work on taking out the interior. Oh, come on, really? Let's pull stuff. Doesn't really let you take out too much. There you go. Basically the seats and the steering wheel. When you look at how jacked up this car is, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be replaced. But that's okay. So we'll start taking out the underneath part. Let's see. A little bit higher. Let's get that a little bit higher. Yeah, I don't have anything that's going to let me mess with the frame. But I don't know if I can put other wheels on this thing. If I have to put the same wheels on this thing. Those are all good questions. I'm limited on what I can do. Ooh, man. So we're just going to start making a list. Let's see. Oh man. I kind of wonder if you could, like, if I could just upgrade some of this stuff. And I didn't put springs on there. I'm going to have to buy a lot of these. These are like just these rubber bushings suck because it's like I inevitably always seem to miss one when I'm doing a repair job. All right. Yeah, we're definitely adding a fuel tank. And we're going to have to figure out something with that fuel pump. That's not going to happen. That's bad. Get rid of that. All right, let's go over to this other wheel. We just start looking at ways that we can improve this car. Make it more interesting. I'm going to assume I'm going to order new brake drums for both sides. And we'll get a new solid rear axle for both sides too. I like to see what I'm messing with here. Let's see. It does make you kind of wonder if you can upgrade all this stuff or not. I don't know if you can. It'd be kind of cool if you could. I mean, I could experiment with the idea, but I'm not sure. It would seem like that would be an option. Oh, gotta take these guys out. So if like I wanted to go away from, I want to do something a little bit more fancy than just this leaf spring system, or if I wanted to do away with drum brakes even, and go to like a vented disc brake, I should be able to do that. Oh, gotta disconnect the drive shaft. And I kind of want to see if I can do that. See these rear mufflers, middle mufflers. It's all stock stuff. I might have to do a little bit of research and see what I can and can't do to this. Like, if this is this vented? Yeah, these are vented, so I should be able to do the same on the back, I would think. But then I would have to, I think it would require me to change out my rear steering knuckle, and I don't know if I can do that with the way that car's set up. It'd be nice if they give you some options on that, though. All this stuff, what a mess. Because ideally, I mean, I would like to say, hey, let's swap this out. Let's get rid of these drum brakes on the back. Let's switch it over to, some disc brakes. It might not even be an option. I don't know. But I think we'll end up putting another 20,000 to, let's see, I paid, so yeah, it'd be another 20,000 in parts and rebuilding everything. Complete new suspension, complete new shocks. What a mess. Look at all that. Ugh. Alright, let's come over here to this side. Let's take off this tire. This is our disassembly of our, well, I don't know what I forgot what they called it. I'm just going to call it what it is. It's kind of like a Firebird. Looks like a Firebird. Let's see. Front wheel hub. I have to look at the rear end and see. 'Cause obviously the front end's already at disc brakes, so it's gotta be. You would have to think they would have thought of this. I'll have to maybe look on the forums or something and see if there's a way you could do this. There's kind of a, for as much attention to detail as they put into this, they've kind of, I don't know, it just kind of feels like they locked you in, and the amount of creativity you get with it, at least from what I'm seeing so far, it looks like it's kind of limited to, some body features, paint, rims, and you can swap out you can build different engines for different cars, but I don't know about the suspension. Almost there. Get rid of that. Okay, we're gonna tear down that. Take these are like my Achilles heels. I'm not kidding you. Between these normal rubber bushings and the small rubber bushings, I always miss something. Okay, let's take out our sway bar. I think we're close. Oh, almost. Got one more. Alright. Let's see. That's everything, almost everything from below. I mean, you can take off. Alright, before I do that, I don't know if there's oil in this car. So let's just make sure there's not oil in this car. No oil. Okay, good. Let's put it away. And I want to finish taking off. Oh, and that's why there's no oil. There's no, look at that. There's no oil pan underneath. That's funny. Alright, let's finish taking off the stuff we can take off from underneath. Take off the gearbox. Disassemble is not so bad. Bearing. Our clutch pressure plate. The other thing is I don't have access to, okay, so I can go ahead and I can pull off this oil filter, and I think everything else is from up above in the, well, you know, nah, not everything's. Let's, we're going to take this whole engine apart, so might as well just go ahead and pull these guys off. Oh, wow, that was already missing one. There's all kinds of problems with this engine. Let's see. Look, no. They didn't have the, what's it called? The crankshaft bearing cap. It was missing on that one. Wow. Just crazy. Too bad I couldn't look under the car before I bought it. That would have been nice. Hey, there's a bearing cap. Almost there. Just go ahead and you down here, you might as well take it off. Since I can't pull the engine and stick it on a mount, which would be faster because I have the engine stand right there. But unfortunately, I don't have that skill yet, apparently. And maybe that's the reason why I can't create an engine. I don't know. Now let's take out the radiator, the battery, the brake servo. Almost down to nothing. Get started on the front of this thing. I was only going to take the suspension, but the suspension came off so fast. It didn't take me any time at all to really do that. So we'll just take the whole car apart in this episode. Here's serpentine belt. Here's our crankshaft pulley. Our water pump. I'm kind of wondering if I wanted to build like a unique engine, or I wanted to build something else, one of the optional packages you could put in this car. If I could do it actually in the engine, or if I have to do it on the stand. Let's see. Okay. Let's take these guys off. Oh yeah, these little B clips, these little clips here, they're a pain in my ass too. Because I will forget to put those back on, and I will sit there and wonder, what is it I have forgotten? Okay. Now we got most of that off the front. We'll take off the steering, power steering. There we go. Go ahead and pull the spark plugs out. Might be a little too close. There we go. Let's pull these guys out. quite a few parts. You know that air filter's shot, dual carburetor, 2 4-barrel carburetors. That's kind of cool. Wonder if I could put a supercharger on this thing. That'd be cool. Alright, time to pull off the heads. I just realized I was missing one of the exhaust manifolds on the other side. Come on. There it goes. Give me that alpha shot. You know, I've concluded this game is the ultimate in promoting corporal tunnel. There's a lot of clicking. Yeah. Oh, almost there. Alright, I'll switch over to the other side. Let's get the rest of this out. All of this is junk. None of this is usable. Not if we're going to maximize our value out of the car. So I don't think I'm keeping any of this stuff. I'll just sell it all. And then I will piecemeal this thing back together, build an engine. Maybe I get lucky and it'll let me do it. I don't know. Can you hear the train? Alright. I don't know what kind of condition these pistons are in. But just pull them all. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Take this head off. And the only thing we got left is the camshaft, and then we're gonna have to go underneath the engine, underneath the car to pull out the crank. Dun 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 dun. Pull that out, nice. That's everything. Look at that. Big old block. And we are done. We have tore down this entire car. I don't remember what it was called. A Pelin or something like that. It's kind of like a... It's like a Firebird. Oh, there's a little logo here. Oh, it looks like a lightning bolt. That's cute. But there you go. In our next episode, I'm gonna look at what kind of engine we can throw in this thing. Is there's anything we can do to improve the frame at my current skill set, and what kind of engine I can put in it, what kind of tires I can put on it, and what kind of rear suspension I can put on it, if anything. Otherwise, I just put OEM factory restoration. There is a thing in here when I look at the value. Right now, the car in its current state is worth about $3,755. But, I mean, you get all these cool power options here, things you can do. But I'm not seeing any other options. It looks like with the parts that I could replace on the body, I can make that look good. It's the frame condition and the interior condition. I mean, there's not a lot I can do about that. I see. It's a Bolt Roulette is the name of the car. It's the make and model, or the model, or whatever. So I don't know if there's anything I can do about the frame. So I'm going to look into that. And when we come in our next episode, next time you see me, we're going to start probably putting this thing back together. And hopefully I'll be able to do something cool with it. So until then, you guys have fun. Keep playing. And we'll catch you later.